And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns.
Tucson, Mike's 59. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Check. Hot.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. 70 and 59. Mike the 59. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Alpha. Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9". Now watch run.
To throw on second down. Love. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, Love. And that will be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Jones breaking from the contact. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Hey, no, look, we got Mike.
From the gun, Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Check 26, check 26.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS.
The mic.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
I'm going to come back to you.
Mayfield looks to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Hey, I'm coming.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Mike to 59. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Here we go. Watch the screen.
Second and 11. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Ready. Mike 5-9. Rip left, rip left. Check 31, check 31. Slam, slam. Ready.
On third down, Love. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Ready.
Fournette running out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Ready, ready, ready. Check 59, 59. You're not ready. You're not ready. Hey, check 24. Check 24. 80 weapon. 80 weapon.
Now Doug Marrone with a play clock almost out says, let's take a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Set. Ready. 60 orange. Rock. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Slam, slam, slam. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Come, come. H3 218. Chopper, chopper. Check 59. Let's go.
On first down,
59.
Love. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. It's a gain of 5, and it's a second down. We're scoreless after 1. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Okay, ready? Mike, check, 59. Sam, on. That's trash. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight. Hut, hut.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars.
Makes the score Jaguars 7, Browns nothing. Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Mayfield now, and he completes it to Hunt. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Set, 180.
Mike, 44.
I got him.
First down, Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway.
Mayfield's pass.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Coming after you.
Hurry, hurry. Rail. Regular.
Hey, check Mike, 47.
Cut.
47.
Mayfield.
Cut.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Rosas good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7.
That ties the game. Aldrich Rosas set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Come on.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Haywood. Set, go.
Back to throw. Love. And this is Gabriel on the catch. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On the ready. 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
From the gun on 3rd down. Love. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. I think probably just trying to draw them off there. It didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
Oh, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position, a couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
And 99 yards to go if they want to do just that. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. First and 10 at the 14. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Switches.
Regular.
Back to it after the pick six. Mayfield. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Watch the screen.
Hurry.
Watch the screen. 47.
Hurry.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Throwing, Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Set. 180.
44's the mic. Danny.
Hurry.
Mayfield now from the 50. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Real.
Tell me what you got.
And again, it's Mayfield.
Give me something. Here we go.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 46. Check Mike 46.
Hey, they scared. Mike 46. Mike 46. Not here.
Hey, alert 33.
46 to Mike. 46 to Mike. Come on, man.
Up.
Check. Crunch.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
Watch out. Switch.
Hurry.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal.
Check three.
Hurry.
Motion.
Hurry.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Kareem Hunt, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand-new ball game. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. The Chiefs have opened up a 2-touchdown advantage, and we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. The Cleveland offense ready to go. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift. Watch the shift. Check 3. Jam him.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Set. 180.
Is the mic. 6 man. Check curls. Watch twist. Check. Back.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Here we go.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
What's the run? Hey, they're running it. Shift. Check 50.
A toss play to Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. What's that?
Mike's 47.
What's that?
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Set, 180. I got him, I got him.
Wide, get wide.
Kings, Kings, Kings.
He's coming. We got double up. Watch twist.
Pistol.
Watch twist.
What's that?
They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check 49. Regular.
Tight dog.
Hurry. What's that?
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
8 yards on the pickup brings brings up second and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a second and 2 now from the 33.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
Zoom, fellas, let's go.
D-line, get that quarterback. Ready, go.
Second and 2. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4.
Set. 20.
Seven's the mic. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
Twist, twist.
Twist, twist. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Hurry.
On first down, Hunt. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's second and 3.
Ricky.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Go.
Hurry.
Check.
Hey, alert. Hurry.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. First and 15.
We want it. Come to my world.
Chef.
Check 9. Hurry.
Kill. 44's the mic.
Kings.
Dig. Out.
What's that?
Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
40-yard line.
Real.
Man out, man out, man out, man out. Check forward.
Up. Hey, exit.
Switch.
Alert. One touch.
Throwing on second and long. Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
First down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10.
Hurry.
Mike's 47. Yeah. You don't want none. Safe. Big edge.
On the counter, Hunt. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
That's the way you make
Kareem Hunt, his
That's the way you
second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those two TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead now up to 14.
Makes the score Browns 28, Jaguars 14. Albrecht Rosa set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
23-yard line.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10.
Bravo! Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the run. Ready.
To throw again, Love. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Throwing on first down. Love. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made.
We got this.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. 55 yards. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Coming to you. Coming to you.
Switch, switch, switch.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the Browns' 8-yard line.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Pick me up.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Here's second and 8. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Jacksonville.
Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Set. 180.
Mike 44. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up second and 7.
Check 25. Check 25.
Hurry, hurry. Run, run, run.
Check 13. Slam, slam, slam. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
They can't stop you, son.
Touchdown, Browns.
So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for two.
Bring it. Hey, alert 3, alert.
Pistol.
Backer, check the backer. Hey, watch.
Hey!
Watch.
Point it right. Watch that!
Hunt going to run for it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Get him. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Hey, tight. Foxtrot.
53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Stop your whining.
Looking to throw. Love. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Third and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 43.
Squeeze. Get in there.
Operating from the gun. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
61. Matchbox. Light. Seam 6.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike. No, yep. 53. Mike 53.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know.
Ready.
On 4th down. Love. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to win the football game.
Real. Hurry! Hey, Charlie!
Check.
Option!
Fresno.
Right on!
Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Tight right here. He's tight on the right. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
Hey, alert!
50.
Watch the run. You're soft, baby. That's baby soft.
To throw, Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Mayfield's pass incomplete on the throwaway. It's 4th down.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down.
A 28-yard attempt.
Rosa's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up. They can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Browns, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7 and 4, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6 and 5, and they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.